Hi, everyone. Welcome to Glitch and Glow, the podcast where digital dreams meet soulful self-care. I'm Ariel.
And I'm Edna.
And we're social workers by trade, and we're your hosts on this journey through the worlds of tech, wellness, gaming, and Black womanhood.
Each week, we dive into real conversations, level up our self-care, decode the latest tech, and celebrate the wins, big and small, in our communities.
So whether you're here for the healing, the hacks, or the high scores, you're in the right place. So grab your tea, your controller, or your headphones. Let's tap in. All right, y'all. So let's start with boot sequence, where we boot up, we sink in, and let's hear about what we've got going on. So let's start with our glitches. Edna, what's been the thorn in your side this week?
It's like a glitch, not glitch, but like a glitch. Okay, I'm prefacing too much. So my glitch is that I feel like last season we were kind of more on top of, maybe. I don't know if we were like exactly on top of, but we were more on top of the gaming showcases that were happening over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Be this year. I've been trying to get my life on track again. And it will take a long time from what I'm hearing. But with that being said, I've missed so many gaming showcases and just been late to them. And so I've been watching them now slowly but surely in bits and pieces. And for anybody who's interested, I'll even include them in case anybody's like, oh, what gaming showcases have happened? Maybe you've missed them too. There has been, I made little notes. The Wholesome Direct showcase. Again, they had the Black Voices in Gaming showcase. Then there was the Women-Led Game showcase. And so they're all on YouTube. You can look at them, and there's tons of games that are coming out. And even from last year, Ariel, there are some games that are finally out and available now that I'm like, oh, right.
Relooted.
I
Relooted is available on
know.
Xbox, which I don't have. But
yes, and Steam. And I have
know.
lots of thoughts on that. Which hint, hint, we'll talk about in the future. But yeah, I feel behind in the gaming world of I love watching a gaming showcase and just having it on and seeing what is coming. And especially the Black Voices in Gaming one, I was like, oh, this is when I want to continue to make sure it gets views and supports. And so they're getting mine. It's just a little late in the game. So it's kind of my glitch. I feel behind in those things, but I guess not too behind. At least I'm watching them in hindsight. And so yeah, that's my glitch. It's not like oh my God, no, this is the worst, but it's just a little glitchy glitch. It's a little
mini
How about you?
glitch.
Yeah, a mini glitch. It's like a darn.
Yeah. My glitch really is just that I'm tired, friends. That's really it. It's just been I'm tired. I'm tired because I've been outside and having a good time, but I'm tired. And I'm recognizing some very mild symptoms of burnout. And so, I'm just gonna do something to remedy that. But really that's all that's happening. We're just a little tired.
What does
Nothing
burnout
too
look like for
bad.
you? Even as a bestie, I'm like, what does that look like for Ariel?
So for me, burnout is I'm realizing I'm kind of zoning out a little bit more. I'm able to be present at work or present when I'm with my friends, but and when I'm home, I'm where has the time gone? You know what I mean? Doing stuff that I typically my solo stuff, watching TV or reading or whatever, doing my normal stuff, but I'm realizing that I'm not retaining much and
I see.
yeah, so it's
Okay.
more of that. It's just hard for me to stay a little bit present. Plus my sleep has been a little bit off. I was telling Edna before the show, this is my own fault. One thing I used to take is magnesium, which would help me with sleep. But I had reorganized where I put it, and I put it in a place that is not accessible to me, which is so silly. So I'll be fixing that so I can take it and get better sleep. But yeah, that's all for me. It's just just a little bit more fatigued, a little harder for me to be present and just kind of dissociating some. So
Is it work?
gotta it's not just work. Like, work is normal, my normal level or whatever, but
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
I think it's because I've been so much more active. I'm not doing as well with the, like, work life
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
rest
Mhm.
harmony. Like, that's not what it typically is, and so I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I've
yeah.
been, like, kinda struggling with that some, which is so funny because my therapist talks to me about it all the time, like, "Girl, sit down." And I'm like, "But it's summer. I gotta do the things." And she's like, "Okay, you need to sit down."
I feel it in my soul because, like, obviously, we've known each other for a very long time, and the people don't know
Mhm.
us. We're like, "Well,
Mhm.
you're getting to learn us." But we've always been kind of indoorsy people, not
Uh,
indoorsy, living life on the slow lane, having a good
yes.
time, checking in with
Yes.
ourselves, being like, Imma go read a book, Imma take a
Yes.
walk," like, very low key. So the fact that you're now like, I'm going hard." It's like, yeah, your body's like, "Ma'am, you have not
Like,
functioned this
we
way
don't do this.
our whole
Like,
lives. When is our break coming? When is our sleep and
literally.
replenishing getting back on board?"
Literally. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I feel like I have to mention, because I said this to her earlier, on one of the previous episodes, Ariel was talking about journaling and, like, talking about, like, "And then I didn't have a pen, so I didn't do it." Like, it's just crazy how there can be one little thing that prevents us from not being great, but, like, doing the practice that allows us to, like, get
Yeah.
better and be great eventually,
Yeah.
or, etcetera. So, that's just a reminder to somebody, if there's, like, a little thing that you're, I don't know, not doing, but because of, like, some other little thing, like, set yourself up
Yeah.
for success on the front end.
Literally, that's what it is. Set yourself up for success because the tiniest thing could derail at least me, I will
Oh,
say.
me all the
Like,
time. I have a list. I'm, like, talking to myself, to be clear,
I like the
to be clear.
tiniest thing could get me off my square, you know? So
Mhm,
I
mhm.
just need to set myself up for success, hence move my vitamins and my magnesium to a level that I can reach because hey
Yeah,
friends, I'm short and where I put them, I have to use a step stool to get to them. And like
playing. That's crazy. In the
like
night, Imma grab the
so
step stool,
silly.
Imma step on it. Every night,
And you
I
know
would
the
not
dumbest
participate.
thing? This is the dumbest thing. The step stool is set up. So the fact that I just can't step up 2 steps is actually absurd. It's
In my
actually
mind, I'm like,
absurd.
"Makes sense." Yes.
Like, it is
Agreed.
literally right I put it there to set myself up for success, and just those 2 steps was just too many,
Mhm.
apparently. So
Yep. It takes nothing to talk myself out of something. Nothing at all. Like, "Oh, can't do it. Gonna go directly to the bed. Not gonna do
True. I mean, don't go
anything."
left, go right. Like,
Yeah,
literally, like
go through. Didn't see it, didn't think about it. I'll do it tomorrow. All of the
and
above.
that yes, I'll do it tomorrow, or Imma get back Imma get back to it tomorrow.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do this
Mhm.
thing tomorrow.
Mhm. My therapist was on me because I would be like, "Okay, well, it's Tuesday and I didn't start it like I said I would on Sunday, so now I have to wait till the next week." Like, "Girl, no, we do not have to wait. It does not have to be the beginning of a thing, the month,
Mhm.
the year, the week, whatever that
Didn't we
is."
talk about that? The
We did.
temporal changes or whatever that
Yep.
phrase is?
We
Like,
did. We
that's so
did.
real though. You're like,
It
I
is.
gotta wait till Monday."
It's a waste. Can't work out again. I said every day. I've failed. We're only laughing because 1, it's true and ridiculous, and it's all you can do to make yourself feel better sometimes. Working on it. Working
Anyways,
on
more of
it.
the story, friends. Listen to your therapist and set yourself up for success. Okay.
I love it.
Any hoodle. So that's my little glitch. Little glitchy glitch. What's a glow?
So my glow, again, is a two-parter, but the overall thing is, like, watching fun things.
Mm,
And so I wanna talk about 2 things. The first one that I'd like to talk to you about is Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender. Wow, wow, wow. Had a great time. So also let me back up because actually I feel like what my like real glow should have been is I went home, y'all. I went to Chicago. I got to see Ariel in person. We
Mhm.
only took one picture because y'all know we are bad at taking pictures. We've talked about it,
Real
but she
bad at it.
remembered. She remembered and we took one. So we got to talk about a little things, and because we're actual real fans in this like Avatar: The Last Airbender world, we talked about it a little bit, but I was like, we got to talk about it on the podcast.
Mhm, mhm.
So Ariel, what were your thoughts? Tell the people, retell me. How was the
I
movie?
mean, I had a great time. I feel like that movie was for the fans. Like,
Right?
right? Just like the callbacks. Y'all had time. I don't know. Spoiler alert. Like, like I'm like, I don't know. It's been out. Figure it
She
out, y'all.
said y'all had to. No, let me stop because it has not been out for those of us who waited for it to come out official. It has been out now for what, 2 weeks? Maybe?
More
Maybe
than enough
3?
time. More than enough time.
Maybe 3? I'm just saying. She watched it way back. There's, like, a
I
group of
did.
my friends who were like, "Look, we not waiting." And if you're someone in the world, you know that you might not have waited either, and that's okay. I'm just
Listen,
saying. I'm just saying. Okay,
because
so
they
you
playing
might have to
around.
fast
They be
forward.
playing around with Avatar content. So you got to get it while you can. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
real.
I just feel like there are certain like side characters that they
Mhm,
like would reference back to from like the OG series and they would just
mhm,
pop up really quickly and I just like
mhm,
loved it. Like
mhm,
seeing the cabbage man. We love the
mhm,
cabbage man, you know,
mhm.
seeing that guy with the foaming mouth that like falls out when he sings Aang, like
I was
him
cracking
popping up
up.
and the fact that homeboy has a kid that does the same thing. I was
I
like,
know.
it's
Cute.
amazing.
Yes, I agree.
So really love that, but also it's just so cool to see the gang like older and
Mhm.
still like as powerful and like masterful as they are. Like seeing
Yeah.
Toph like train the first crew of metal benders and
Yeah.
still whooping everybody. Like
Yeah.
my girl, you know,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
and seeing
Mhm.
Katara like being her like very calm, water healing, love, everything, but when
For
it's
sure.
time to get into that action, she's about it. Like, I just,
But is
like
she? Because I still
I think
she
she
is, she
is.
is, she is, and she has better integrity and maybe moral than I, because definitely my
Definitely
husband and I
more
were
than me.
watching and things got a little spicy, and we said, "Why is she not bloodbending? Don't understand."
Okay, yes, because I was
Because I
like,
was like,
"Girl, you could have ended all this if you wanted to."
it got spicy. And she was like, "Gonna keep my morals till the end." Like,
Yeah,
girl,
which,
what?
like, we need someone to be the
We do.
moral compass, you
We
know?
do. We
We
do.
do need someone, and we do need someone to be the voice of reason
We
because, like,
do.
she really is the voice of reason in that
Agreed.
show.
Agreed.
Like,
Because Aang be tripping. He does.
dang, be tripping, and I
Like,
get it.
he needs
Your
therapy too.
people, I get he hello, okay?
He does.
Where's, Guru with the banana onion juice? Where are your
Yep.
proteges? Because, like,
Where did he go?
I
Actually,
don't know.
that's where he said you didn't follow through. I'm done with you. Dang. Whoa. He said you did
He said, "I
not
told you
sever
what
your
you needed to
ties.
do. You didn't do the things." Like,
Disowned. Banished. What?
it sounds like John did when his first firebending master, he's like, "You not ready. I'm out."
Yeah,
Like,
he did. He sure did. But at least he
he's
said
like,
it.
"Mm-mm.
The
Yeah,
other
true."
old man, he just like I've never thought about this before. It's blowing my mind. He sincerely just doesn't show up again.
Never heard from again, you know?
Wow. If somebody knows, because we haven't read, we haven't done the reading. We've talked about
Mm-mm.
possibly doing it, but
Mhm.
so I don't know if that's
Mhm.
addressed in there. But
Maybe. But yeah, I had a great time. I feel like it was like predictable, sure, but
oh
like
yeah.
I like still had a really good time watching everything unfold. So
Mhm.
And I
Yeah, and
love just them fighting together, and the
yeah.
way that, like, even with Sokka, who is not a bender, the way that they effortlessly mixed their bending and his fighting together was so
Mhm,
cold to me, like,
mhm.
what a
Had
great
a great
scene.
time. Yeah,
Anyways,
had
I
a
liked it
great
a lot.
time too. Same.
Yeah.
Like, I was genuinely out loud laughing, and I liked
Mhm.
the animation because it felt aligned to, like, being older too. It
Yeah.
wasn't like
Yeah.
it was a little more anime style versus cartoony style, which makes
Yeah.
me think of a lot of things and people's gripes with, like, "This is not an anime," and all that stuff, but it's a great cartoon. Call it whatever, I don't
Mhm.
actually care. It's a great
Right.
show is what I do know. Don't care what you call it. Um yeah, I agree with you. Just, like, thinking about fandom, thinking about, like, being paid for all the investment that you put in on the front end of, like, watching
Mhm.
all of the books and now watching this and just having a great time versus this maybe should have been my glitch. That damn season 2 of the Netflix one, couldn't finish it, couldn't participate, count me out. I made it
Yeah.
past that 1st season, said, "Okay, you took some liberties. It's fine, it's cool." The 2nd one, not for me. I know you finished it,
Mhm.
Ariel.
I
Could
did
not
finish
do
it.
it.
It
They took it too far.
they
They took it too
did.
far.
It was different, like, major plot points were
Mhm.
changed, and I was like, "Alright, you guys, like, I understand we can't show everything, but we don't need to change things." You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
see why the, creators left. If that's what they were on, I'd be like, "Look."
they changed
And
major plot points, yeah.
we've talked about this before too on the show. Like, that's been a topic at some point where it was like, when people do an adaptation or whatever, is it okay to change
Mm,
stuff? And I do think it's okay. Like I said, I was okay with season 1 and the changes that
yeah,
they made. I said, "You know what? Fine." What was it different about season 2? I think I just watched book 2 again, and I was watching that,
mm,
and I just couldn't understand at all why they made some of the changes they made. Like, usually I can be like, "Okay, this was a little long when you watch a series," like, whatever.
yeah,
But,
yeah,
um, this one I was like, "Mm-mm, I don't like it.
yeah.
That's not what we're here for." We were so happy, and I just brought us down. So now I'm gonna move on to the second part of my glow. Avatar Aang, Last Airbender, had a great time. Definitely recommend, though, watching the show. Don't just jump in.
Oh,
I mean, to
yeah.
each his own if you want to. I'm not gonna, like, yuck your yum, but, like, I don't recommend that. Do you need to watch Korra, would you say? You need to watch
No,
Korra? Right,
mm-mm.
agree.
Because remember, Cora's after.
Oh, I know, but, it's a show.
I mean I mean, in general, should you watch Cora? Yeah, but, like, do you need it for the movie? Nah, don't do that, don't do that. Listen, like,
I don't like Korra. I
listen,
don't care.
I know you don't, like, don't do that. I
I
mean,
don't like it.
I don't love her either, but I also like, so, okay, so
I'm not gonna go back and rewatch it.
I was watching this TikTok, right? And this man was talking about, like, all like, the last, like, 8 avatars, because I guess he, like, read the books or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And so he was like, "Listen, everybody gives Cora so much hate, but you need to realize that she has been dealing with issues from previous avatars. Like, that's why." And I was
Sure.
like, "Okay, okay, this is fair." And the way he, like,
Sure.
broke it down, I was like, "All right, I'm gonna cut
Sure.
her a little slack. I'm gonna give her a little bit of grace. Like, fine. Do I think she was dumb? Yeah, most of the time. Most of the
Mhm.
time. But, like,
Mhm.
I'm trying to cut her a little slack, you know?"
That's fine. I think the whole show I think I just wanted it to be Aang and them, and it just wasn't. And they tried, and the other parts of the gang, you're like, "Okay, cute. Y'all are cute."
They're cute, but they not I feel like everybody on Aang's team is, like,
Cold on
a
their own.
prodigy. What's it? A prodigy? Is that the word? A
Sure,
prodigy?
yes. Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
I think they all were in their own respects,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Korra's crew from the streets, you know what I mean? They about the action. I will say,
They are. Yeah. I was gonna say in a good
they
way.
don't ask no questions. They are
Mhm.
ready to fight, so we love
Yeah.
that, but, like,
It's just not the same.
that's not the same.
It's
It's
just not
okay,
the
though.
same.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it is. So all that to say, watch book 1, 2, 3. Avatar: The Last Airbender, then watch this movie, then Korra's up to you. If you're gonna
Mhm.
continue the story, because apparently there will be a continuation, Ariel, you could talk about that because I actually don't know anything about it.
I mean, I don't know too much other than the fact I think that, the new series are following a new avatar. Um, she's a twin. They're earthbend or she's an earthbender. I don't think the twin is an earthbender, but,
Oh,
like,
really?
I'm an earthbender, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta, like but,
Mm.
yeah, it
I
follows her. I
agree.
think she's also gonna be very young. I'm, like, totally blanking on their names, but I know they have a lot of, I wanna say, like, Indian influence in this one, like, and, like, Southeast Asian influence in this one. So, like,
Mhm,
I think, don't quote me, y'all, but
mhm.
I think this she's, like, in a world where, like, Korra did something that people were like, "We hate the Avatar."
They're
And
like,
so now I think she's, like, battling with, like, the conflict of, like, how people used to see the Avatar, they don't see that anymore, and, like, I still
mm,
have a responsibility to the people as a whole, and what do we do about this, I think.
yeah.
So, I think it's coming out
Okay.
in October, I wanna say.
Oh, that's
So,
much sooner than I thought it was gonna be.
yeah,
I'm
I think it's
surprised.
October, but,
Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
we'll
This
see.
ended up being a very long glow. I don't know if we need to talk extensively about my part 2 of this because of that, but just last night, my husband and I finally watched Mortal Kombat 2. Did you watch it?
Mhm. In theaters, girl, remember I had my
I
movie
thought
pack.
so.
I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
going to
yeah,
see
yeah,
movies
yeah.
just to see them at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah. What's
Mhm.
hilarious is that I didn't remember so we watched all the Mortal Kombat movies, and, I mean, at some point, like, not back to back, we didn't do, like, a
Yeah.
rewatch. Um But I was, like, thinking that this was its own little movie, even though it's clearly Mortal Kombat 2, and I was like, "Oh, this is" because I was like, "Where's the exposition? They ain't telling Johnny Cage nothing." I was like, "What?" Like, "Why are they not say" and then I was like, "Oh, wait, yeah, this is a continuation from another movie," and I said, "Ooh, I don't remember not a thing about that movie." Could not tell you one thing. I know I had a good time, I know I was, like, satisfied, but this
Mhm.
ended up being a really good time for us because we, like, talk the whole time because it's just a funny good time. Feels, like,
Mhm.
mildly pretty predictable. I
Yeah.
think what I really, really liked about this one was it very much felt like playing through the video game, where,
Yes.
like, the story
Yes.
is, like, the story, right? But you're there for the, like literally when you're playing, like, the story mode of the game, right? You go and you're, like, watching a story and you're like, "Okay, this is the story, like, whatever," and then you're like, "Oh, okay, we're doing this so that we can get to this fight," because and then they'll literally take one of the scenes from one of
Mhm.
the Mortal Kombats,
Mhm.
right? And I'll be like, "Oh, I remember
Mhm.
that scene." I'd be, like, laughing at some terrible scene, and my husband's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "I remember that. I remember that stage." That's hilarious to me because it looks terrible in live action, but we would just be like, "Fight!" Like, ready. Um
Yes.
so, I think
Yes.
on that and then, like, the characters, it felt very much similar to, like, Avatar in that it felt like it was for the fans. I'm like, "Oh, he really does that
Mhm.
move. Oh, that really is what it looks like when he's
Yes.
doing that move," and
Yes.
all of that.
There's a
So, I think
specific one that I'm thinking of that I'm not gonna say, but, like,
okay.
I
It
love
is
it.
so MK gore violent.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
not I mean, up to you to watch
Oh,
with
yeah.
children. I will not recommend that for chil it is fatality, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh, and they showed it," like,
Yeah. Like,
so
from the jump, I was like,
oh, yeah.
"Okay,
Yep. Mhm,
okay,
mhm, mhm,
we've
mhm,
set the
mhm.
tone." Okay.
Yep. Violence. Violence is occurring
Yes.
here. It is happening. So, what were your thoughts about it?
Same, I had a good time, and I did rewatch the the one before because 'cause I'm like you, I was like,
Mm-mm.
"I don't remember anything but anything,"
No.
so I did rewatch it, and so then rewatching it and then going to see it in the one in the you know, I love theater, I love going to the
Mhm.
movies, and so seeing it
Mhm.
in theaters was really fun, um, but yeah, I had a great time. Again, like, it's a Mortal Kombat movie, like, we're not the story is secondary to, like, the fighting scenes. It's very
Mhm.
much like a Fast and the Furious, you know? Also,
Oh,
that's coming
sorry.
back out. It's getting re-released in theaters. Did you know that?
No, because 'cause we're old though, that's why, right? Is it like a oh, it's
Mm.
like the
Oh,
first one
it's like a
re-release?
25 yeah, the first one. I think it's like a
Oh my god.
25-year
That's
situation. I know,
hilarious.
right? But
I'm like,
or maybe 20. I don't know, one of them, but, like, it's getting re-released. I actually need to go look and see when they're doing that because 'cause Imma be up there for that,
Imma
so
be in there for sure, like, having a great time,
literally, okay?
having
It
a
don't
great time.
matter if you win by a minute
Winning is
or a
winning.
mile, okay?
Okay. I
Anyways,
am thrilled by that, and I lost my
mhm.
mind 2 seconds ago because I literally said the same thing to my husband. He was like, "This is great. We're just here for the action." I said, "Just like Fast and Furious." He was like, "No, no, no. This is
Exactly.
not the
I don't
same."
know what his issue is. We've talked to him about this. We've talked it's the same thing.
It's the
It's the
same thing.
same
But
thing.
his credit, he's like, "No, because they eventually act like they have superpowers when they don't, and that doesn't make sense." And I was like,
Does
"Touche,
it
but,
need
like, we're
to?
here for the action.
Does it
That's all
need
we're here
to?
for."
What?
I
Like,
agree with you. And
you
by the
know?
last movie that came out, it really was like, "Oh, okay.
I know.
This is
We're in space? What's going on?
I paid y'all my money. Imma keep coming, but, ooh,
Mhm.
this is tough to
Yeah.
defend, at this
Yeah.
point." So, anywho,
It's
that's it.
just loyalty to the franchise, you know what I mean? La familia.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like you just said, though, it's entertaining. Like, everything is just so serious and so
I know
real and
not
so
everything needs
dramatic.
to win an Academy Award. Sometimes we
Mhm.
just wanna go have fun.
Have a great
So
time. And not necessarily everybody dying either, like,
yeah,
vroom, vroom. Granted, they stopped racing. I said, "A
they
race for
sure did.
what?" No. These cars need to fly in between buildings, okay? Okay. If you say so. I like it.
Literally, like, I'm here for it. Do what y'all gotta
Have a great
do. I
time.
guess we're astronauts now. Go off.
That is the craziest part. I actually can't get on board with that part. Out of all the things, that part I was like, "Why are we in space?"
Yeah, that was very crazy, but I'm watching it,
Watched it. I was there, took my little sister. We went
you know?
together. Don't even know if she's seen all of them. Yeah. So we had a good time.
But anyways, back to Mortal Kombat. Great time.
Yeah,
Here for
great
the
time.
fights.
Mhm.
Um, I think it was funny. Poor Johnny Cage didn't know what was going on. He really was like, "I'm trying to go back." They're like, "You can try, but
Yeah.
it is what it is." Like,
Yeah. And I hadn't seen that happen in any of the movies so far, so that was interesting.
mhm,
Or in the games. Granted,
mhm.
I'm
It's
trying to think of
very
I don't
begrudgingly. Because I
yeah.
was even thinking about like, what's the one? It's in MK2, right? When they do Johnny in MK2, like with the OG franchise, right? It's Johnny Cage in the second one. No, he's in the first one, he dies in the
Yeah.
second one. That's what it was, he dies, never mind. Yeah,
Okay.
I feel
I
like
don't remember
even
the
in the
second one,
first
Annihilation.
one he dies in the very beginning of Annihilation, I'm remembering, but,
Okay.
yeah, I'm remembering in the first one, he was just already about it, you know what I mean? They didn't have to recruit him or convince him, like, he was just already
Mm-mm.
part of the team, so I
Mhm.
think it was cool to see that, like, no, this man really is just an actor,
Mhm. Mhm.
like,
And it
really,
was
so
corny. Again, I'm not
oh,
trying to,
yeah,
like we're not trying to spoil the whole thing, but it just
yeah.
had so many corny moments, and I was like, "Yeah.
Correct. Right.
Yup. Mhm. Not
Yeah.
gonna cheer, but having a great time."
Yeah. That
That's what
sounds
it felt
fun.
like. Yeah.
I like low-key might rewatch that or put that on while I'm cleaning my house today. That would be
You
cute.
know?
Yeah.
You don't have to really pay attention. The Annihilation one, though, that one's a little tough. That one's a little
A
tough. I think
little
I'm gonna leave
tough.
that one in the past. I'm gonna stick to the first one. Skip. And keep it going. 'Cause they took some liberties with that one.
Yeah, yeah.
How about your glow?
Oh, my glow is connected to my glitch in the way that I am going on a girls' trip next week,
Ooh,
and
ooh,
I'm
ooh.
super excited, and it's
Mhm.
not gonna be like a girls' trip where we're clubbing. That's not we're gonna be in nature, okay? I'm going
Love it.
hiking,
Reconnecting.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
go kayaking, I'm gonna go to a
Mhm.
lavender farm. Like, I just am gonna, like,
Cute.
be amongst nature, and that is what is super restorative for me, and so I am
Yeah.
very, very excited to do that, so, yeah, I'm just ready for that to happen.
Clearly, hence your glitch. I've been
Yeah.
to so here in one of the neighborhoods, there was this it's not there anymore, but there was a little store that was a lavender store, and just everything
Mm.
was infused with lavender in some way. Do you think this will be the same in the farm? Do you think you're gonna pick up some, like, lavendery stuff? Are you a lavender
Oh,
girl?
definitely. Oh, I mean, and I'm
Yeah.
not even like that's not even my like I love that scent, but it's not my favorite, but I'm
Mhm.
definitely gonna pick some stuff up because I do really
Mhm.
like lavender.
Yeah.
I
What
might
are you
like
hoping
bring
to
some
get?
stuff back for like maybe some like diffusers or like, those
The
things,
oil?
you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the oil with the sticks or whatever, like those diffusers. Because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, that would be cute to
Oh,
have,
yeah.
in my office,
Mhm.
for my clients." I think that'd be really
Mhm.
cute.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I low key also just wanna, like I don't know if they just sell, like, lavender, like, spring sprigs? Is that the word? Sprigs?
Sure.
Sprigs?
Sprig sounds
I don't
good.
know. Sprigs? But, like,
Yeah, that sounds
even,
good.
getting, like, a little, like, bunch of those, I'd, like, wanna get some of that, probably try to get
Mm.
some, like, soap or some lotion or you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Just, like
Mhm.
because I do like my apartment smelling like a spa. Lately, it's been eucalyptus
Mm.
and Palo Santo, but, like, we can
Yes.
add lavender into the mix, you know? So,
Mhm. I
yeah.
wonder what would happen to one in a field of lavender. It's giving to me Dorothy and them in the poppy field, when they like, "Oh," like, it's
Yeah.
giving for
Yeah.
anybody who is not watching, that was me, like, falling asleep and, like, hitting the ground. But, yeah, you'll have to let us know, like, when you're in a
Yeah.
lavender field, was it overwhelming? Did you
Yeah.
feel just, like, wildly calm? I wonder.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, that's my glow.
Okay.
I'm just ready for the trip. I haven't packed a single thing, and
In my
what do we
mind, I'm
pack
like,
for a
"It's
trip
next
like
week?"
that? I mean, it's in a couple days.
Oh, you still got time to meet.
I
Like, the
mean,
way
I'm
we've
trying to be
packed in the
better at
past?
that. I'm trying to
For
be
sure.
better.
Agreed.
That's the pro
Agreed. Agreed. Are your clothes at least washed? Like, that's like if you did that, we're winning. No?
They're not.
Well,
They're not.
you should
So,
start that today.
we've got things to do.
Yeah, you do.
But
Move that magnesium, wash some clothes. You got
yes,
it. You got it.
it's gonna be fine. That's what
It
today
will
is for,
totally be
so
fine. Okay, good.
it'll be fun.
Good, good, good.
The chat's my glow. It's just my excitement for this trip and just to get a little
Yeah.
reset in. And plus, I haven't gone
Good.
anywhere since going to see you back in the spring. And usually I take
Yeah.
a couple trips a year. So this will only be my second one. So I'm really excited.
It's a good time of year to do it too, though. Like a lavender
Mm
farm in the summer
hmm.
up north
Mm
too. Like, ooh,
hmm.
that'll be a
Mm
great
hmm.
time. A little hiking,
Yeah.
little dunes. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
excited for you. You'll have to tell us a little recap
Yeah.
next time. But that was long. We did that for like 30
Yeah.
minutes.
We
Hopefully
did.
folks were into it. It still feels very on track though. What we were talking about. I'm like, I hope. Talked about gaming, talked about movies, talked about fandom, referenced a lot of past episodes. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let's move into debug this. This is our segment for today's topic. Actually, before we get into today's topic, though, I forgot that I do also have an update. So we kind of like hinted that a bigger update will be coming around Reluted. But I
Mm
also have an update around Moltbook. So we talked about
hmm.
Moltbook this
Yes.
season,
I've been
episode
talking to
2.
so many people about it because that really blew my mind, like, really and truly. I've been like, "Have you heard about
Really?
this?" Like, literally talking to every
Really?
dude.
What are their responses? I'm also like,
Shock and
"What? You're
horror,
talking
the
about it?"
same as me, shock and horror.
Are they also in the mental health field? I have to ask. Are these, like, people outside of our field?
Some are. There was one person I was talking to who's not, and he's like, "Oh, this is just like," he's like, "It's not real." And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like he's like, "It's not real. I mean, come on." I was like, "All right, enough talking to you about it." And then just like
Look
move
at you unsatisfied. You're an anomaly. Your
on.
opinion does not matter.
Literally, I was like, "Okay, whatever."
That's
But most people
hilarious.
were terrified of all the same things that I was terrified about.
Look at you feeling validated.
Really, really feeling validated by it. And more people were just like, "Oh, I need to do some more research." Like it just like piqued a lot of curiosity for other
Oh,
people. So
wow. Oh, I love
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Let's discover more on our own.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah, I love that so much.
And
A
my
friend told
dramatic
me
self, the way I was talking
oh,
about it, they were like, "Yo." And I was like,
I'm sure.
"Right, it's crazy."
'Cause meanwhile, I was like, "Look, isn't this interesting?" You're like, "It's crazy. It's bad. It's another world."
Immediately.
That's hilarious. Well, to your point though about people being intrigued, I have a friend that listened to the episode and hit me up like, I immediately looked into Notebook and he was like, it's up. And he was like talking about some of the stuff that he was seeing. And I was like, wait, it's functioning again? Because when I initially like looked at that episode, remember I was like, oh, it's down and nothing is
Yeah.
really on there except old posts. Well, if you go on there, if you hadn't yet, it is back up, but it's a little bit different. It's more business related.
Mm.
And they're talking about businessy stuff. It was not as interesting to me at all. I was like, oh, okay. There are other, I kind of alluded to during that episode that other companies were kind of doing something similar where it was very business related. And they can help you build an AI agent to help with day to day tasks and stuff like that if someone was interested in that. So, like, just wanted to say, if you're interested or if you went on there and you were like, hey, she said that this was over, I still see that it's up. Yeah, it's back up, but it's different and I'll let people tell us how it's different more deeply. I was like, I'm done with this. Like, it served its purpose for me, at least in what I was interested in. So that's my little update on Moltbook. And
Mhm.
then today's episode is an update from a season 1, episode 19
Oh
episode.
god, what is
This was
this?
on robots.
I knew you were gonna say these damn
Ariel.
robots. I knew you were gonna say these robots.
Ariel, remind us, because you had a lot of feelings about that one too. Uh, I don't know what I it's fun. It's just fun. I'm not that sorry. I was gonna apologize. I'm like, "Ah, it's okay.
No,
I'm just informing you."
no.
Remind us about that episode if you remember. If not, I can help you.
I mean, I'll need help, but this is what I remember is that you were showing me a bunch of different types of robots, different models that
Mhm.
all had different uses. And I was unhappy with all of them. I felt very stressed
Yes.
by robots. I do
Yes.
remember there was one in specific that I had connected to Ultron because I was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna take over the world," because that's what he looked
Mhm.
like to me. I don't
Mhm.
remember what his function was, but I
Me
was like,
either.
"That's what you look like." And then also there was like a robot that they were kind of like the worker bees, but they all could like tap into a hive mind, and that was very stressful for
It is
me.
hilarious what you remember the most. I am dead.
I'm like, I
I'm
remember how
like,
I
"Wow."
feel about
Yeah.
that episode.
Clearly, you're like, "This one messed me up. This one, I had this example." Like, what was I tied to? That's how I'm
Yeah,
remembering these robots.
that's how I remember it. It was a stressful time for me. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you would like to get into like what actually was discussed, that would probably be
No, this
helpful.
was great. If you wanna listen to the episode, please go back. It's Ariel reacting to robots that I learned about, from was it like a showcase, I guess, that
I
had
think it's a
happened? So,
showcase. Yeah.
yeah, go back and check that out if that's your cup of tea, because today we're kind of following up from one of the robots that was in that episode.
Wait,
And you
before you
actually
get
hadn't brought it up, which I
started,
thought was hilarious. Huh?
wait, before you get started, can I just tell you after that episode, like I think we had talked about either on that episode or a previous episode where like I'd be
Okay.
seeing all those little like Cocos, those little like delivery robots and whatever.
Yeah. Mhm.
After that episode, I feel like they multiplied, and maybe they didn't. They probably didn't, but,
No.
like, I
They're like,
was
"Ariel
like,
knows. We gotta
"They're
get her. We gotta
everywhere.
follow
They're
her."
and I have the same interactions with them. I am so
Your standoff?
suspicious of them. I'm constantly
Mm.
doing standoffs.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I can't remember if I talked about it on the pod. I think I did, but, like, there was even this, like, a 312 watch account on social
Oh.
media, and they had showed this one robot that like crashed into one of our bus stops, like
Oh. Oh,
crashed,
yeah, you talked about
shattered the
this.
glass everywhere,
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
and
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't trust him. That's all I
You
have to
don't.
say about that.
You don't. And clearly you don't, because I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, you talked about that. Yep."
Yeah, to
Because I was
this
like,
day
"Wow."
I still be looking at them like, mm-mm.
As you should. as you should. We still need the people to be skeptical. We shouldn't be just all trusting all the time. And I think today is gonna gear
Stress me
you
out
up.
again. Cool, cool,
So
cool. Yep, yep.
let's get ready. I will try to be the level-headed one today.
Mhm, mhm.
So let me like set the scene a little bit. So I get this scene article from a colleague and I click on the article. I look at the picture and I see, because like it's like the headline and then there's normally a picture and then there has like the
Mhm,
little description before the article. You know how, when you read an article, that's how
mhm.
it's like laid out. So I see the picture and I'm like, damn, this robot's real familiar. And then I read the little description and I see that it's Realbotics. Do you remember Realbotics?
Is
They were
that
the
the
ones that
Team
you were
America
calling
ones?
yes. You were calling them the botched Barbies like crazy.
Oh, yeah, I
So,
was.
I was like, "Oh, wow. It's them?" Like, I go to their website. Their website's completely different from when we did that episode. Before they seemed to like kind of still be finding their niche and stuff, right? And they were
Mhm.
listing out all the ways that the robots could be used. I don't know if you remember, they were like, oh, you can like bring it as, they didn't say a date, but like a companion. Maybe it could be
Oh,
in
yeah.
healthcare. Remember, it was like listing all these ways because you were
Yes.
like,
Which
why? Who is using this? What? I mean, you did
yes.
that for every robot, but like you definitely
Yes.
started with that one.
But that one I was really like, "No."
Mhm,
Like
because they definitely are trying to make them look like people too.
mhm,
And so
mhm.
now they're very more targeted and they're saying that their robots are more geared towards education and healthcare. So, knowing that, how do you feel about that change from like general companion to more like healthcare and education? Like their robots will be used in these two industries. What are your initial thoughts about that? As someone who's been in
Um,
both, actually.
I know,
Okay.
that's why I was like,
Yeah.
"How?"
Yeah.
The question is how. The question is
Yeah.
how.
Okay, for an expert, I didn't even think about that when I had this question.
Yeah,
You've been in hospitals, you've
I've
been
been
in
in both.
schools.
I've been in
Tell
both. So,
us.
like, how?
What are
Because
your
and I
thoughts?
will say in the positions that I had in both fields, you in my opinion at least, like, you need to be a human to do those jobs, but, so I'm curious to know how they would be utilized in those fields. I can say that I like the fact that they're not so much going to be used for, like, companionship and all that because that just really freaked me out, and I remember talking
Mm,
about, Annie and how that, like, made me
yes,
think of
the
that book.
book. Mhm.
But yeah, so, like, I'm appreciate that we've narrowed what they're supposed to be utilized for. I'm just very
Mhm.
curious to know what that would look like because to me, those are jobs that, like, humans would have.
Sure.
So, especially healthcare, I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, that's what we're thinking. I'm obviously suspicious, but I'm
Yeah.
curious to know the how.
Wow. I
I'm
don't know if you
trying.
would have done that. I was like, "Oh
I'm trying
my
so hard
god."
because I'm still like, no, but let me at
I'm
least
like,
hear it.
"Wow." Wow. Wow is all I got.
Growth.
I wasn't well,
Growth.
yeah. Ooh.
Mhm. Mhm.
And not that we're trying to sway anybody either way, I think oftentimes well, what am I trying to say? Before you talk about how your friends were like, "Oh, I wanna go educate myself." It's like, yeah, let's just learn because 'cause we're not
Yeah.
experts. Like, let's just learn about what's happening so that we can be aware, get some
Mhm.
opinions, get some, like, studies going for the people who are doing
Mhm.
research, like, whatever. We're just out here
Yeah.
trying to
Do
learn
I need to
more.
sign some legislation so it doesn't go into fruition? Maybe. Let's learn about it.
Maybe!
You know?
Right! Call somebody, tell them no, tell them yes. I don't know. Whatever your cup of
Like we'll
tea.
see. We'll
Okay,
see.
this is what's happening. So this is very, very recent. In New York City, Salamanca, and I hope I'm saying that right, Salamanca City Central School District signed a $57,590 contract with Realbotics to introduce AI tools and a humanoid robot into select technology classes in their high school. The superintendent said this is the best way to teach proper use of AI instead of excluding it because kids will find a workaround anyways. Okay, so
Which
there's
is
two
true.
parts.
That is
They will.
true.
They will. Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's key. Right now, this is just in their like tech class, their like robot tech class. Okay. So it's two parts. First, we have the actual robot. It is a M series model named Sally. And Sally will look like a human as much as possible. She will only
And
be able to sit. So she's not walking around. Mm-mm-mm. She's sitting. Okay. So students will be assigned a personalized ID number to interact with Sally, the robot, which will reportedly remember and respond to their learning data and previous questions. Okay. So that's Sally. So imagine like there's still the main teacher in the room. Okay.
mhm.
Then instead of having like a TA or a paraprofessional, you got Sally instead. Okay. So Sally's in there. The kids can go up, ask Sally. Uh, I don't know what they asking Sally, but they asking Sally
Because what do
something.
you need to ask Sally for when you have the teacher? What is Sally supposed to answer? I'm gonna
Yep.
wait. Yeah, keep going. Yep,
Yep. 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 Yep.
yep,
Yep.
yep.
Yep. Yes.
Mhm.
And then part two is the AI. So they're integrating Realbotics's Optio AI model into the school district to serve as an at-home tutor for around-the-clock homework support. Okay. This is starting in September. Okay. So this is
Oh, so
starting like this school year.
This school year. Okay.
So that's why I was like, this is real life. This is happening. Um, as a teacher, Ariel, how you feeling? Put your teacher hat
Um,
on.
the answer is no. Okay. One, personally, no. Right now, can I understand?
Wait, wait. First, you gotta explain why. You gotta say why
Be-
no, and
I'm gonna get
then
there. I'm
okay,
gonna get
okay,
there
okay, 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 okay.
because I get why it could be helpful to have someone else be able to help students so that your time and attention aren't as split. You feel like you'd be able to like all the students would be getting like the help and support that they need. I do that is the thing that is necessary.
Yes.
I don't know how Sally is going to be able to do that though, because I'm like really trying to like, okay, let me just like think this through here. I think
Okay.
like Sally's gonna be a distraction, is what I think. Sally's gonna
Mm,
be a distraction, number one.
okay.
I also like don't know. I mean, I don't know how advanced this AI is.
Sure.
But in my head, what's happening is like a chat type system in this robot, right? And we already know that students are using a lot of AI to like help with support, whatever, right? Whether
Mhm.
good information, bad information, whatever.
Mhm.
They're going to chat, right? So I'm
Yep.
thinking it's like a chat like program that
Mhm.
Sally has, and they're asking Sally these questions, and we don't know that
Mhm.
Sally's answering them like if they are facts or not. And if they're tailoring it to each student, like, cool, but like, no, I just don't think, I don't know that like AI has been able to understand nuance in that way and actually provide
Mm.
factual information.
Hmm. So we were gonna talk about that eventually, but cool. Let me bring it up now. So one of the things
I'm like, I just don't.
yeah,
And in my
yeah.
mind, I'm like, I get why having her there could be helpful in, like, getting students to, like, understand how to better use AI. Like, in my mind, it's, like, almost like me like, in science, we'd have, like, the skeleton or whatever, so we could, like, learn
Mhm.
the things and see the movement, how they function, right? Like,
Mhm. 'Cause
I
this is for
see
a tech
that.
class. Yeah.
Yeah, but for a tech class, right? So I get why they're like, "Okay, being able to interface with this is gonna be helpful."
Sure.
But I just don't think there's enough knowledge around it. Like, I just,
Mhm.
it feels too soon to be introducing this kind of thing to children.
Mhm. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that, and I guess I think I do try to be neutral, but oftentimes when I'm having conversations about this, I'm talking with people in the education space, and so one person was kinda thinking like, because I couldn't find this backed up in any of the articles that I read, and they're all linked as per usual in the description of the episode, but they were saying that maybe this was being done to save money on, like, having an actual human, because having
Yeah.
an
Oh,
actual
yeah.
human,
That's a
you gotta
given
pay
to
them the
me.
salary, yeah, you gotta give them the
Mhm.
benefits, etcetera. Then I was thinking, and this isn't always the case for sure, but whenever I think of having like a TA in the room or a paraprofessional, it's not just the asking questions or the expertise that they're giving around like doing assignments and getting the work done. There's also a
Mhm.
big piece that's related to like classroom
Behaviors.
management, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, well,
Because what's Sally
it,
gonna do? Laser
yeah,
them?
when you
What are
said that, I
we
was like, laser them is
not like
sorry.
hurt them, but just like, what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Oh, you're gonna like Buzz Lightyear laser?
Yeah.
Because I immediately thought like fire laser Ariel. I was like, I couldn't. I don't even know any thoughts I have after that. It's like what
Sorry, because like,
laser them? I'm about to cry.
say two
Okay,
kids are turning up and the teacher
no,
is,
for
you know what I
sure.
mean? What's she gonna
Yeah,
do?
yeah. I
Everyone, please stop. Zzz. Like, what are you?
for sure. I and you're right. I there was nothing that actually said like what she will be teaching them and stuff like that. And we'll get to the part of they call them hallucinations. So we've kind of talked about this a little bit when we talked about that MIT study of like, is what they're giving you actually accurate or not?
Right.
Realbotics has said, and I guess I'm telling you now, Realbotics has said like, no, we're going to work on that. And if the AI doesn't know, then it will say it does not know. Yes, your face is correct. There is a lot of like test subjecty is kind of what some of the controversy is around this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because in this case with the teachers, they didn't talk to teachers first. Like when we think about
Oh,
implementing
they didn't even
something,
talk to teachers? You know
yeah, they
what?
didn't, yeah.
That's on
So when we think
brand,
about
though.
implementing something, step one is like how are stakeholders feeling about this thing, right? So like
Mhm.
stakeholders including the community, the
Mhm.
school, parents, all of this stuff, right? And so the New York State United Teachers president had a few words about it, and she said the future of education isn't more artificial intelligence, it's more authentic human intelligence, more relationships, more mentorships, more opportunities for every child to be seen, known, and inspired by a great teacher instead of I mean, that's the end of the quote, but
Okay. Just making
instead of
sure
a
she
robot,
wasn't
I
s
think.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh-huh.
And again, I think there's just a lot to that, and I think in the state of education today, think about, like, money is something that a
Mhm.
lot of public
Mhm.
education is, like, thinking about. So, on the flip
Yeah.
side then, so the teachers thing, really intense. It's a lot to think about. You had a lot of thoughts and feelings. How would you feel as a parent? My kid goes to school. They're in a tech class. They're in a class where they're learning about robots. You hear, oh, because I think the AI thing, a lot of schools are kind of doing some, not a lot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
No,
think a lot.
I
They're
think a
kind of
lot.
doing
I
something
think a
with
lot.
AI. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
I was trying making sure I wasn't overgeneralizing. But
Mhm.
the like robot thing very specifically is unique. I don't know of
Yeah.
another school doing this.
It's a no for
So for
me,
you as
dog.
a parent,
Mm-mm.
I don't know why it would change, but I guess what changes when you think about being a parent?
I think if my child was in a class with a robot, one, I just, I don't trust them, right? I feel like it would cause some problems with me and my kid because I would imagine that a lot of these students would be really excited to like be in the class with Sally, right? And so
Mhm.
I think that would stir up some challenges, just like in terms of like the relationship I would have with my child, right?
Mm.
But I think like if I were to do any sort of compromising, which my initial is like, absolutely not. You're not going to be in this class. But like, if I was like,
Mhm.
okay, let's like, try to figure it out,
Mhm.
which is, and I feel like this is actually going to be a little controversial, but I feel like I would need the classes to be recorded and like sent,
Mm.
like
The
in
class or the
overall,
conversations?
maybe the conversations would suffice. Cause I just would, if for just for overall safety, like I'm going to know what's happening. Like
Sure.
when they're interfacing with this like robot AI situation.
Mhm.
So maybe the conversations would suffice.
Mhm.
And I would wanna have, like, regular check-ins with the classroom teacher. Like,
Mm,
we would need to talk a whole lot
mhm,
because if I were to allow my child to be in that class, like, I need
mhm,
to actually know what's going on. Like, I don't wanna
mhm.
just hear, "Oh, it's great. Oh, Sally." No, I need to know. I need to know.
Yeah.
So, if I were to compromise, there would have to definitely be some stipulations to that. But initially, my answer is no.
Mm.
I don't like it.
Would would it change for you if this wasn't, because right now it feels like a trial, right? Right now it feels like testing
Mhm.
still. They're not
Mhm.
saying that it is, right? They're making it seem like, no, this is gonna go great, nothing's gonna go wrong. But it
Mhm.
definitely is giving that, like, this is a trial period or whatever.
100%. Yeah.
If this was, like, tried and true across many
Mm.
districts, and now they're introducing it as a new for your school, new for your district,
Yeah.
does that change it?
No.
Okay. I was just
I
curious.
would be more willing to compromise, like, that I'd be like, "Okay, fine. If it's tried and true, sure,
Mhm.
fine." But I
You
still
wanna
need to
know.
know
Yeah.
what they were interfacing. I still need to have regular check-ins with the teacher, blah, blah, blah. Like, that stuff,
Mm,
regardless, like, that would need to happen. I think
mm,
the trial part of it, like, if you're a trial, hell no.
mhm.
Hell no. Like,
Yeah.
especially with, like, historically, Black people being used as, like, test subjects and all that, like, that's a hard pass for me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
Oh, I hadn't thought
me and
about
mine's
that.
not gonna be the first of anything trying to mess around with that, you know? So
Ooh, you're about to get into, I'm gonna put a pin in that for, like, 1 second because this
Mhm,
actually relates to something else that we're gonna talk about. Because I didn't think about
mhm.
it that way, which, like, why? I think I was just getting the information together for this episode,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
what some parents said is, like, "This tech is inappropriate." Some parents said, "We already have so many issues in our community involving environmental issues. I just don't
Mm.
understand the concept of adding AI to that. Like,
Yeah.
why are we doing this? This is
Yeah.
necessary." So yeah, that's kind of at least what some of the parents have been saying. So you've hit on some really good controversial points,
I know.
Aria, like
I was like, "Oh, man."
genuinely. But they came out and, like, so I looked at a few articles, and what
Yeah.
you've said comes out in a few ways. Nobody really said anything about what they would, and they probably just didn't ask, or if they did ask, they didn't put it in these articles, but what parents would require for these things to, like,
Mhm.
take place and their stipulations. And there's a lot going around about, like, parental consent, and I think it's always good to have parents involved because we want them as partners in
Absolutely.
education, right? So I don't think that
Mhm.
there's necessarily anything wrong with what you're saying either. So people might be
Mhm.
like, "That's a lot," but also, like, if you wanna know, why not
It's my
either? Like,
kid,
if
don't play
there's
with
nothing
me.
going on, like, why is this such a big deal? Share that
Then
with
why
me.
is it a problem, right? Then
Yeah.
why would it be a problem? Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't even, like, mental health. This is, like, a robot in the classroom. Like, we're not talking about
Mhm.
anything confidential, and should you, that's a whole other shit, actually, let me back up. I'm like,
Mhm.
confidentiality with a
And as
robot?
somebody
No. I'm
hello.
like, "No, no, no." I
And then also
and
just
that's
working
without
in
me thinking about it hard.
education, if you have a good relationship with the kids, they be telling you stuff that your family
Oh,
probably
yeah.
would not want you
No.
to know.
And at all ages, but it's the funniest with the little kids, 'cause they'd be like, you're like,
You're
"Okay,
like, "Oh." Literally.
let me call somebody to figure out more about that thing, 'cause what?" Okay, let's get into the controversies.
Yeah.
Okay, so controversies. So, um, let's see, because I think we actually already talked about how this is in a robot class. I just think it's interesting to know this isn't necessarily, I guess, a controversy. But the Salamanca City Central School District is part of Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak's WozEd STEM curriculum program. That is a
That's a
mouthful in
lot.
hindsight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of the activities that they have in this class also have, like, drones, and they have a robotics camp, and they have a free maker space that students have access to. So I think there is a world where it's like, this kind of
Mhm.
makes sense. Like, if you were going to experiment and see what's up with a robot, like, why couldn't it be in this space? So I think that's part of
Mhm.
the, I guess, I don't know if it's controversy, but just some of the more background about that.
Yeah.
Now let's actually get into the controversy. So, this district is located on an Indian reservation and serves 1,300 students. Nearly one third of the student body is indigenous.
I'm annoyed
Um,
already.
yep. Salamanca
See,
has a
I'm
They have above average levels of poverty. Roughly 4 in 5 of the district students are economically disadvantaged. Folks are concerned that the integration of AI in schools will disenfranchise the community and the student population of the already underserved area.
Mhm.
So, in your opinion, Ariel, then you said what you said earlier, which I really
Mhm.
appreciated. I was like, "Ooh, she is connecting the dots." Um, I
I'm
didn't
like, I
expect that.
know my fear and paranoia be sounding dramatic, but I'm like, it
No,
comes from
and
history,
people think the things, yeah, for sure.
you know?
Um, I know you said that, but, like, even thinking about, technology and, like, this is really ahead of the curve technology, maybe, actually, we don't really know, right? Like, they're the
Yeah.
first to do this. Do you think this bridges the tech gap or widens it? And
Mm.
let me preface with this too. I'm asking that because so I was a 7th grade English teacher, right? And my brothers and sisters, I think they were in like middle and high school at the time, if I'm remembering correctly. Time is an interesting
Mhm.
thing, right? And they go to school in the suburbs and they got a lot of tech when they were in school. So they were,
Mhm.
like, coming home with their laptops, coming home maybe with their iPads, but, like, coming home and having all of their things on their technology. Versus I would be in my school, and we didn't even like, we had one of those Chromebook carts, right? Like, for the whole
Yeah.
school,
My school
and,
had a
like,
Chromebook
we'd
cart
be
too.
like, "Thank
Mhm.
goodness if all of them worked," so that every student could have their own if you
Yeah.
reserve them on the right time, right? And then on top of that, I'll never forget, I was presenting or, like presenting, that's hilarious. I was teaching, and I had been, like, typing and talking to them at the same time because I was, like, filling out something on the projector, whatever.
They're probably shocked. They thought you were a sorceress.
Shocked.
Yep.
Shocked.
Yep.
And I remember we grew up, like, in the 5th grade
Yep.
doing like, typing tutor and stuff.
Yep.
So for them, they literally, "Miss, how are you typing?" And it's just
It's
I'm
always
not
Miss
saying
too.
yeah,
Miss.
especially in Texas, "Miss." Cannot get your last name in there, and I love it. I, like, miss it. But saying all that to say, like, it's funny, and at the same time, it's like something's happening with technology,
Yeah.
and, like, clearly there's a gap between what access that they have and knowing that at least thinking about typing is very simple and very, like, black and white to think about, like, we are
Yeah.
gonna have to know how to type, especially in a very technological world. This isn't
Yep.
gonna work, the, like,
Yeah.
pointer finger typing, right?
Mhm.
So, that's something that I think of as, like, if we had more technology, that could help bridge a gap of, like,
Yeah.
being able to use something much more easily instead of waiting and it being a huge learning curve and, like, maybe
Right.
putting a hindrance on if you decide to go to college or maybe even any other programs later in life or even jobs if you don't decide to go to college, right? So,
Mhm.
thinking about that
Yeah.
context with this robot,
Mhm.
does this bridge the tech gap or widen it, do you think?
I think their intent is to bridge it, but I think they're skipping steps.
Tell
Like,
me
I
more.
don't know why we would use all this money to have this to do this program, right? Instead of just taking that money to make sure that there are more tech classes for these kids to make sure that
Mm,
everybody, like, has technology that's accessible to them.
mm.
Like,
And
I
for them, I
think,
don't know if that's the
like
case. I will say, I don't know
true,
anything
true,
else
true,
about the
true.
school except what I shared. So maybe they do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, and maybe they do, and if they do, then I guess it's closer to bridging than I would imagine, but I also just based on what you shared about, like, the school and, like,
Mhm,
I don't believe that they would have it, you know what I mean? Like,
mhm,
I just think that that money could be put to other things,
mhm,
and I also just wonder too, like, I think there has I mean, and maybe there is, 'cause me making a lot of assumptions, right? But, like, I just feel like there has to be some more, understanding around, like, technological literacy before jumping into
mm,
doing AI and robot stuff. You know
mhm,
what I mean?
mhm, mhm. It
I
feels like
think
a
it's an
precursor.
interesting program to be able to provide, but also, like, part of me is like, this, again, feels like this could very much venture into exploitation. I don't like that.
Mhm,
So,
for sure.
and again,
Mhm,
I think we talked about this the last time we talked about robots, just like I feel like in terms of like intent, usually the intent is always good. I just don't have any trust in execution or like what is actually going to happen. I don't know that they're gonna I don't know that there's enough mindfulness of like what the impact might have. Like I think they're
Mhm,
thinking like, okay, this is gonna bridge the gap. Like it's gonna like bring them forward. But
mhm.
like, I don't know. I
I
don't
hear that,
know.
and I think there are a few things I'm gonna forget the other things as I'm talking about one because my brain,
Mm,
but I think one thing that makes it hard, even thinking about the good intentions, and I don't work at Realbotix. I don't know anybody who works at Realbotix, so I'm not trying to throw
mhm.
shade at them. I just think as an
Mhm.
outside person who doesn't know anything about them besides the things that we've seen and talked about, it's hard
Mhm.
to see that before they didn't really have, like, a lane or anything, right? Like, they were creating these things with what intent we don't actually know, and then to
Right.
hone in on 2 industries, healthcare and education, that
Mhm.
have a lot of complications, es
Mhm.
like, thinking about the system, who we're serving, how we're serving them, and to think about specifically plugging into these 2 is just
Feels
interesting with the
gross.
asterisk question mark of like, "Hmm?" Like,
Like,
it's
what's this about?
just
What's this
yeah,
about?
is it because
You
the
know?
money is there? And they don't talk about, like, in any of the articles what the conversation was between the superintendent and Realbotix, but, like, you one can't help but wonder
Yeah.
what they were told. Like, by they, I mean, like, the superintendent, the district. Like, what were you told? What were you promised? 'Cause that I think adds a different layer of, like, yeah, intention, but is it intention or
What are y'all trying to
opportunity?
do? I guess that's the
Yeah.
real question is what are y'all actually even trying to do? Is this just like we're doing it just to see? Is that what that is?
Yeah, to see her to make money? Like, I don't
I
know.
just
I really
don't
don't
and then
know.
it
Yeah,
just
and I think that adds
feels
another layer. Yeah. Yeah, and it could be good, right? Like, it could I think thinking about bridging the gap, I do think if I'm thinking both sides,
Mhm.
there's, like, the to your point, we can be at the forefront. We have kids now who will, like, be able to say that they saw one of the first
Mhm.
robots and, like, maybe they did some work with it, work on it. I don't know, right? Like, there is something to
Mhm.
be said there. But then at the same time, if it is feeding bad information to the students or, like, incorrect information, or if
Mhm.
that class really did need a TA who could be involved, or if those students really do need somebody who they can build genuine connection with,
Mhm.
and mentorship, all that stuff, then is it actually helping them or are they losing something in not having an actual person
Yeah.
there? So
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out more. I feel like that's something I'm gonna be like looking back on and being like, what's y'all's database? What are your numbers looking like?
Literally,
Because I'm
though, and also
curious. So
just, like, the fact that it's on a reservation, I just
mhm.
uh-uh.
It's
Mm-mm.
interesting, right?
I just d they I'm saying they. I but, like, I just feel like in terms of, like, using trials and just trying to see things, like, they continuously look at populations that are easy to dismiss or, like you know what I mean? Like, it just
Mhm.
feels like it's
Mhm.
targeted. It just
Mhm.
feels targeted to me,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
I
No.
just
I hear what you're saying. That's why I was like, ooh, you are not alone. Many
I
people are
don't
it came
like
up in
it.
many articles. You're not
Mhm,
alone, and they're all separate
mhm.
entities, each of the articles are separate
Uh-huh.
companies. The last controversy, the very last one, and I don't have a good transition or nothing, just by the way, like, we just going it's over after this. We will see is gonna be the end. So multiple media reports have tied Realbotix to the real doll. Do you remember hearing anything? I don't know if you've heard about the real doll. Um,
No, I don't know
this
what this is.
is
Is this a
hyper
sex toy?
realistic robot
I
adult
knew it.
toys.
I
Yeah,
knew it.
yeah. It's a subsidiary of a larger company which acquired Realbotix in 2024. So like this bigger company has Realbotix and then they also have the real doll. And people are like, "What the?" One of the articles was like, school adopts sex toy or sex robot, and it was like, well, it's not that either. I was like, dang, what clickbait. Whoa, like, that's
Pretty good
also
though.
not exactly yeah, I was like, well, if I didn't know anything about this, I'd be like, "What? That's crazy." Um, but people are definitely like, "Oh, what?" And in Real
Mhm.
Bodies, of course, maybe they knew they'd have to say something about this, but their spokesperson told CNET that there's no relationship between Real Doll and the team working on Sally. Supposedly, they work in different locations, they don't talk to each other, etc. And that Realbotics focuses exclusively on non-adult commercial applications focused on healthcare and education. Does this influence your thoughts about anything
Now
that
they do. They couldn't say that before.
they did say companion? And we don't know what companion was. I mean, they made
No,
it look
come
like
on. Come
they
on.
made it we thought it and they made it look like you need to go to like a happy hour or like a gala, bring Sally or
Come
whatever
on,
the
bring
robot's name.
Sally.
Yeah, like
Like,
bring her with you. She's a great conversation starter. Um, and we were like,
sure
true,
is.
true, because people be like, what?
I'd be like, "Why'd you
Um,
bring that? What is happening here?" And then I'm gonna go.
this is a side quest. My husband and I were watching Conan Goes or the show with Conan O'Brien like traveling and it's on HBO and it is silly. Like we have been laughing out loud. But the first episode, he goes to Norway and he's talking to people and he's like asking their opinion about how he's dressed. Girl, the way they do not hold back, and they're literally just saying like yes and no. Like they're not making you feel better. They're not saying anything to fill in the blanks. They're not like, well,
Yeah.
kind of like how it's so American, right? To be like, well, you
Right.
know, but they're like, no, you look like a fool today. Like I don't know what else to tell you. Like, they're not saying anything else. Like, no, you do look like a fool today. End of like
I
period.
love it. I love
And I'm saying that to say, if you walked up to somebody with a robot, I think in
Nope.
your mind you'd be like, but you wouldn't.
What's
I don't know
that?
what you would
What's
say.
that? Oh, it's a robot? Your robot companion? Bye-bye.
It's complicated, maybe though. I always think of that movie Her. I know I brought it up too much on here, but it was super helpful. Joaquin Phoenix falling in love with the Alexa, whatever. Like, I'm just saying, people already done fall in love with, what's ChatGPT in them. So,
Mhm.
okay. Did it influence you? Besides, no,
Influenced me about what?
I don't know.
I
Did it
don't know.
add anything in there? Does it make you
I
extra? No,
mean,
I don't know.
it's
Does it
already a
impact?
no. It's just why are we doing this? Why?
Yeah.
I mean, I do also think it is like, I feel like in today's age, like we have to actually start paying attention to parent companies and yeah, okay, they're not related. It's a
Mm,
different team, blah blah blah, but like
you
you
know,
guys are under the same company and you're going to be working with students.
after the
Like you're going to be
explosive
working with
diarrhea,
children,
I
you
felt like that
know?
before, but then people being like, "Taylor Farms." It was Taylor Farms, right?
It was Taylor
They
Farms.
are
Mhm.
everywhere, but they just put a
Everywhere.
different name on it.
Everywhere.
What? And
Like
I
we
knew that
gotta,
happened, but like, what?
you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, okay, you guys are saying you're not affiliated, like, or, not, you just like your teams are completely different, different locations, whatever. Okay. And like, think about
Yeah.
your origins and then think about
Yeah.
the populations you want to be working with. Like,
Yeah. I feel like we have a lot more thoughts, but
trying to
this is
keep
a
it
long
G, but
episode.
like,
We talking. I It's complicated. And I think oftentimes, even you're like, the way you started, let me find out. You tried. Let me find out more.
let
Let
me
me find out
just,
more.
let me
You know?
reserve,
Yeah.
let me
And I
reserve
keep thinking
judgment.
like the both sides. I'm always like, okay, let me see, let me see. Um, this one is hard for me too, though, if I'm just being really, really candid. I
So
think for all the reasons that we said, all the reasons that we can go deeper into each one of those reasons
yeah.
that we said, I think, and especially all the controversies.
Mhm.
And especially taking advantage of underserved communities, like, there's and it feels
That
like it's taking advantage. I don't know what else
oh,
it could be. Um,
because why aren't you doing this in a, you know, in a community that has more resources, in a community
sure,
that, like, have people that will advocate for them and will make noise and will be listened to. You know what I
sure,
mean?
sure,
Like
sure. Yeah, I do know what you mean, and I think it's I was gonna say it's complicated. I don't even know if it's complicated. It feels sometimes black and white. It's one of those times where we don't have a ton of
mhm,
information, but with what we have, it feels
mhm.
just suspicious to me.
You
But
don't
we will
like to
see how it
know.
goes. If I have an
Also,
update, I will
like,
share it with y'all.
is this something that the superintendent did we not talk to the teachers before giving the green light? Did we talk to
No,
any of the stakeholders? Like, to me,
it
I'd be
sounds
like,
like
"You
no.
gotta go." I'd be like, "You gotta can you vote a superintendent out?" I don't know what you could do, but, like,
Oh,
not when it comes to this stuff. Like, you're not
yeah.
about to just be like, "We're gonna introduce this program," and not talk to any stakeholders and get, like, consent
Yeah.
prior to that. Like, that to me is wild because this
You
is
know, to
not
that
just like,
point,
we're introducing Common Core. Like, this is
yeah.
different, you know?
You saying that does make me wonder a little more deeply then, because I'm like, who would maybe they need to get permission from? And I think about the school board if they have one, which I'm like, they have to have one, right? So I think
I
about the
would
school
hope
board, and I
so.
do think though about like being a STEM, did they call themselves an academy? I can't even remember right now, but like a STEM
Mhm.
school. Um, like, they probably have some it does make sense, like, it doesn't sound like too far of a sell to say,
Mhm.
"Hey, we're a STEM school, we have drones, we have a maker space,
Right.
we are doing all this tech stuff, let's do this," like, that doesn't sound bad at first, but I think it's when you break it down that you start to be a
Yeah.
little bit more questioning. I think if the
Yeah.
headline and the clickbait was like, "STEM school introduces robot," that sounds very different, right, than,
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
the conversation that we've been having. So I think surface level, there is an argument there to make it sound like this is state of the art, whatever. Like, what are the
Yeah.
words on the forefront?
Yeah.
New. We're going to
Yeah.
be at the beginning. We can say, like, I think all that is enticing, but if this is
Mhm.
the right place and time and community, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. So to your point, I'm like, I feel like it's sounds good to sell, but
Mhm. No,
is it,
just working
is
in
there
education
integrity
and
there?
healthcare, that's the I'm like, "Where's the integrity?" I'm also just naturally suspicious because I've worked in these fields.
Oh, for
So,
sure. I
I'm
am
like,
too. Hmm.
like, "This don't sound good. Maybe
I'm
we should be
telling you.
focusing our efforts on other things, actually." Like
I'm telling you, when I clicked on it, I was like, "What?" And then I looked and saw the picture, I said, "What?" And then I looked and real I said, "What?" It just kept getting, like, more and more amped to me. I didn't even finish the article. I said, "Let me go to their website. What are they on?" It's like, "What is different?" I, like, kept going I'm telling you, when I could not be quiet after, I was like, "Let me really look into this because I was shook. I said, "What? We just talked about this.
Yeah.
What are the chances?" So shocked was my first. Why? All the things that you did, I was like, "Ooh, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one."
Mm-mm. Doesn't feel
So
good. Mm-mm.
so we'll see. Was it more of the, like, this is the school type, the STEM robot tech school, and we're just adding
And what
another
are they
tool
trying to
to
do in
it?
healthcare? Did you find any articles about what
No.
they're trying to do in healthcare?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Before they kind of made it seem like I'm trying to remember, and I should have, like, why would I? Why would I take pictures of their website before? I'm like, I don't need to take screenshots. I'm not an
No, you
investigative
don't.
journalist. Like, what the hell? Should have taken a screenshot. Like, girl, we're not going to be doing this along our journey of learning about all this tech stuff. But um, if I'm recalling any of this even sort of correctly, I thought that I remember imagining like you go to the hospital and this is like the info desk. Like, where do we need to, like a smiling face when you enter, quote unquote, the
If
hospital.
I'm sick and I walk in trying to get help and the first thing I see is a humanoid robot, I'll be out of that gym. Are you serious? Like,
I remember thinking that though. I don't know
what?
if they explicitly said that, but it was something around those lines that whatever they had on their website, that's what I thought. Like,
Mhm.
come in, because there's one hospital, um, where, like, you have to go and talk to them in order to get your, like, badge thing to go upstairs, whatever. And
Mhm.
I will
Mhm.
say, so controversial, those people were mad unhappy. I'm like, "I am here visiting someone who is wildly unwell, and your affect
Mhm.
is wildly unhelpful. Like, give me this
Mhm.
damn sticker and let me go upstairs." So, like, maybe I
Mhm.
woulda liked a robot. I'm not saying I would or wouldn't have. I'm just saying maybe it would've been nice to have a neutral ass robot versus a
Yeah.
mean human. Or,
Yeah.
girl, we heard about some sale at Kohl's on baby stuff, but we had been like, "We can't leave the house. We were too tired," whatever. So we finally decided we're gonna go, but we're like, "Before we make the effort to leave, let's call to see if the sale is still happening." Girl, I'm telling you, I call it and normally I don't mess with that AI robot calling. I'd be like, "Oh, rolling my eyes."
Representative, represent
Oh, trying to hit 0, whichever happens
immediately.
first. Why was it so helpful, so kind, and then I got to the human and they were like, "Mean, mean, 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 click." What?
Yes.
What? And I'm not saying that we need to replace people's jobs. I'm just saying that I had an experience
Yeah.
because husband was like, what did he say? He's like, man, they probably listening to you. Well, I was on hold. He's like, they're probably listening to you talk about like, why was that AI better than the person or whatever? He's like, now they're going, it's being recorded. Now they're going to sit there and be like, see? I'm like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying like, jobs
You
are
have a customer
hard.
service job. Please
Yeah,
act
customer
like
service.
it.
Yeah, just to I'm
Like,
not even asking anything crazy. Just is a sale happening? That's all I wanna know. Give me my sticker so I can go upstairs and see these people. Like, I'm not even trying to do nothing crazy. So, all that to say, those are the times where I think people think about robots or AI
yeah.
or whatever.
I just 'Cause, like, could you imagine if you're, like, at the doctor's office and you need to get labs done and a robot pops in and is like, "Alright, let me
No.
see your arm, make a fist out of my face." You know what I
Star
mean?
Wars for
Like,
real.
come on,
Yeah,
come on.
for sure. And I will say there have been many times where I've been pissed off at those things, by the way, where I'm feeling like I'm using my most enunciative voice and like if I'm being my, like, whitest voice I can muster. Like, "You still don't understand me? That's crazy. That is wild." So, I've had some more bad experiences, but
I've only had one where I've had to talk to an AI and, like, you had no choice. Like,
no, for sure, that's been happening more and more.
I was trying to go to this bar to watch the World Cup, and I was
Mhm,
trying to make a reservation, and I call it up. Well, first I go online just to see if I could do it. They're like, "No, you need to call this number." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Think I'm gonna talk to a human." No. They're like, "Oh, this is AI, da, 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 and like, you'll be speaking with us so we can help support you, blah, blah, blah." And so I'm like trying to set this reservation. By the end of the time I'm talking to this computer, I don't even know if I had it or not.
mm.
So they're like,
That's
"Okay,
annoying.
we've recorded all the information and someone will call you back." And then no one ever called me back. It's like, what the fuck? So then I went to the bar anyway, and when I talked to the bouncer and he's like, "Do you have a reservation?" I said, "Sure do." Like,
Mhm,
I like, don't play with me. I
mhm,
called. I don't know what you guys are trying to do here, but I
mhm,
called and I tried to make one with your little AI Jimmy buddy.
mhm.
And if he
Not a
didn't
name.
communicate that to
Mhm,
you, I don't know what to tell you, but I know what you're gonna do is find me a table.
mhm.
And that's what happened.
Oh,
So
good. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that because even that's making me think of unnecessary. I don't know how we got here. This is hilarious. Unnecessary going to Panda Express and going to, like, the drive-through and that
yeah,
being AI. Hated that. And it wasn't even a bad experience. I was just like, "The
but
people are
why?
there. The people are
Uh-huh.
in there. They're handing me my food." I don't know why we need it here. I don't know why we need it here. That was very much a, "Why are we doing this? I don't get it." Are you down one like, does it allow you to not pay one more staff person? Like, this is cutting corners. Leave these people these
We're just
jobs.
cutting and it could cause some problems because in that episode of The Bear, when Sydney was using her little electronic form and then that sucker broke, and then it was like the
Oh,
busiest day. Do you remember that
oh,
episode? First season of The Bear
no.
was probably the most stressful episode I've ever seen in my life. But like she had this
Mm,
whole
I don't remember.
program where people were doing online orders and then like it, like, stopped working, and then next thing you know, they had a backlog of orders that they had to, like,
Oh,
get
sure.
together, and I was like, "This is
Mhm,
humans. This is why we
mhm,
must talk to
mhm.
humans."
Yep.
Anyways, I digress. Side quest, but, yeah,
More to come on the school. We
more to
don't know.
come.
AI robot or not, Sally.
Where'd you find this on?
Robotics.
Was it, like, Reddit? Where'd you find it?
No, a colleague told me about it, sent me
Hmm.
the article, and then I went down my little rabbit hole.
Can you send it to me? Have you sent it to me?
I did.
You did. I was like, "Wait a minute,
Mhm,
I haven't starred in my inbox. Alright, I need
mhm,
to take a little
I was
look-see."
like, I should have waited." I was just too I'm telling you, when I found out, I was like, "Who's gonna care?" I was like, I went too crazy. I was like, "Oh my god, this is crazy. Do it,
I
do it."
remember, I see it. Yes, yes. Mhm, I
I was
need to spend
like,
a little time with it because that's
Yeah.
crazy. Um,
Mhm. And again, I'll put the articles in, the description. I was like,
yeah,
In where?" In the
yeah.
description, because there's more than one, that ended up talking about it, so yeah, that's it, are
Well,
you?
alright, well, let's go ahead and shift into glow mode.
Okay.
Right, but stress us out, we need to be glowed up.
I told
Space
you, I was like, "And
for
I got no transition. I got nothing to help you. We can shift
nothing.
into it."
And that's how we shifting into
It
glow
feels like,
mode, okay.
full stop. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. So, yeah, let's shift into glow mode, the space for wins, wisdom, and words that lift us up. So, give me your affirmation or a word or a phrase that like sets your intention for the week.
Meditation. It is hilarious that earlier you were talking
Mm.
about what your therapist was telling you to do and how we need to listen to our therapist. Because I was like, whew, girl, same. She said, I'm so bad. She said, in this next week, meditate one time. She said, just one. She's like, girl, just do it once and be ready to
She
talk about
said,
it. I
"This is
said,
the
damn.
lowest I can go." Like, please.
So, well, damn. And I already have. I already low key done it twice. But I was like, damn,
Mhm.
I have not been doing my homework. I was supposed to do that like weeks ago. And she was like, you seem a little, she didn't say you seem a little unwell, but that is the headliner. And she was like, you need to just one time. So you right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna surprise her. Did it twice already. I'm gonna do it at least one more time. Be like, girl, I did it.
That's the best
So
thing. When you
meditate.
go in, you're like, "I did extra credit." Okay? Like
And then she'll tell me, like, see, that's why you needed to do the one. Be like, damn it. You are not out here needed to people please me. I'm like, okay. So, anyways,
Mhm.
meditate. How about you?
Mine is really I gotta lock in for the next
Oh,
few
okay.
days just because I like told you my trip, I leave on Thursday
Oh yeah.
and so I got a few days to like clean my home, which is not that bad. It's actually not that bad. I don't have to do anything too
Hmm.
crazy, but you want your house to be clean when you go on a trip. So
Yes.
yeah, like
Yes, we do. Because it is so nice to come back and be like, oh
yeah,
wow.
right? And you
I've
can
left
really
now
just
when it's
settle
not that
in,
clean.
you
Yeah,
know?
it's not fun. It's not fun to come back. I've done it now a few times and I'm always like, gosh, 'cause you just feel like you
Mhm.
still have shit to do when you just want to
Mhm.
rest after traveling.
Mhm.
So
So
yes,
yeah,
you
I
should
gotta
do that.
clean. I gotta start that laundry. Hello.
Yeah, you do.
Fix my
Yep,
cabinet
magnesium situation.
organization,
Mhm, 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 mhm,
And then yeah, my next 3 days of work are gonna be slammed. So and
mhm.
I just gotta do the notes because I don't like to leave
You
notes
gotta do them.
unfinished. So I really just need to like not scroll on TikTok during that time in between session and do the note,
Do the
or
note, Oreo.
I
Do
just gotta
the
do the note. We
notes.
gotta lock in for a couple
Mhm.
days and then
Yeah.
and then I'll have a good 5 days to chill after that. So,
Oh, that sounds
yeah,
so nice.
yeah,
That sounds so nice. It's worth it. It'll be worth it.
yeah,
Grind it out real
yeah.
quick. Good. Okay. Look at us. We made the transition. It
Mhm.
happened. You're locking in. I'm meditating. We'll be chill. We'll come back next time and be
Mhm.
like, "We're so zen. You were in the lavender. We'll learn more." All right, y'all. Remember, you can tune in on YouTube and Spotify, and you can follow us on IG, TikTok, or email us at glitchandgopod@gmail.com. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks on Tuesday. And as we power down, remember, every glitch has a glow up. Bye, y'all.
Bye.